And the bolt, it was a 20 millimeter box up top. And work around how it looks now. It's almost like very short. We are done. All right, just like that, I am all done putting. What is up, guys? I got another brand new install for you guys.
Yeah. And you got the car.
Yeah, we're gonna be working on a Mustang today. We're gonna be doing Starlights.
Yeah,
Here's the car. So it's a GT. We're gonna be doing Starlights. And here's the headliner. I have not started, so I'm gonna show you guys how to take the headliner out. Super easy. There's a screw right here. It's a bolt, 5 millimeter. And then we're gonna use a pry tool to get under here. This plastic piece comes off, and then there's a clip right here. So then basically with the pry tool, what I'm gonna do is both pry tools, I'm gonna push in at the same time and bring it down, and that'll bring this piece down. The visor comes out. A-pillars out the way, both A-pillars. This is just gonna come down. It's two clips, two metal clips, so it's one here. So you're just gonna use a pry tool and bring it down. And then to get the back out, temporarily, we're just gonna, once we get the headliner down, we're gonna scoot it forward, and then that will make it come out through the back. So because I'm only doing 600 Starlights on this vehicle, I have it kind of easy. I'm gonna leave the box on top of the headliner. I'm gonna show you how slim the box is. The one I use, it's still twinkles, full RGB, 600 Starlights. And if it was let's say 800 Starlight, 1000 kit, I would ran the cables down there so that pops out, and then you would leave it behind here. But in my case, I have a 600 Starlight piece. So I'm going to leave the kit on top of the headliner, and I'll show you guys how I do that. When you take this A-pillar off, you could just leave it hanging like this. Okay. There's going to be a wire harness right here.
Okay.
And then that wire harness, you just unplug it.
Okay.
Right there, and then it'll let the whole headliner come down. There's no wire harness over there, so don't worry about that. And then the bolt, it was a 20 millimeter, so I got that out. This, you just pop it down, and then you just leave it hanging there. You could feed it through here. You don't need to take this out at all. Just leave it there, hanging.
What's up, YouTube? And Bobby's working in the car, and he's working, and I can't get it, and it smells bad.
So when you guys get it to this point where the headliner is out, there's going to be two clips on the opposite side of that headliner at the top. So you're just going to put your fingers in the back like this and pull down. And then, like I said, we're not taking no panels off, so we just let the headliner slide out. You don't got to worry about taking the panels off. We got Damien behind the camera. So once you get the headliner to the point where I set it.
Can I say what's up?
Wait, not yet. You already said what's up. You're going to twist the headliner. The front is going to be facing towards me instead of this side. So you're going to twist it and basically fold it in a way where you're going to get it out. Corner right here on this side, I'm going to bend it down, and it's going to bend down, and it's going to be at an angle. Alright, so I hope you guys saw that, where basically bent it down, and then the headliner is right here out, and these are the two clips I'm talking about. They're actually magnetic, so don't even worry about having to like break anything. It's magnet. Remember, no panels come off unless you're doing more than 600 stars. I'm gonna just leave my box at the top with the headliner, because there is a big gap right here. When the headliner is in the car, there's like a gap like this big. So this is what I meant by leaving my box up top. I'm going to leave it up top. I'm going to cut my excess fibers off from here because I don't need none of that. And then I'm going to work with the box up top. I'm going to work around, bring it this way, that way, wherever I need to go. Just by leaving it in the middle, there's enough gap here, top of the headliner, because these plastic pieces over here, they were pretty tall anyways. So then that's the same. This is going to be the same height as what the plastic pieces over here. So with it being like this, once it goes back in the car, when it pushes up against the actual roof of the car, the fibers are not going to want to be pushing down. I've seen a lot of installs out there, and most of them are always up. Like the fibers are always up, looking like if it's I like to personally call it like a spider's nest. This, it still looks like a spider's nest, but it's, let's say, made by Spider-Man. This is going to ensure longevity wise with them not sinking through again. So that's the thing. You want them, once you flush cut them, you don't want them to push through again. And then I've seen a lot of people that say they rub their hand across it and they feel it. Cut them flush, you don't feel them. But then with time, with the sun, let's say, like with the glue and everything, and then with the whole roof pushing it down, you might be able to feel them again if you don't do them like this. So then I recommend doing it like that, and then they're flat. Now you could be done right here. This could technically be done for you. But what I like doing is I like getting small zip ties, zip tying them in pairs like this all the way down. So then when I start gluing, and I'll show you guys that, when I start gluing, let's say if I was to start gluing right now, I try to glue in there. You see all these fibers and stuff are in the way. I can't get to them. The only ones I could get to is, let's say, these at the edge, which is fine. But what I want to get to are the middle ones. So let's say you don't glue a fiber correctly. Like I said again, longevity wise, the Starlight might push through, and that's what you don't want. Or this, even worse, the Starlight might come up and out of the headliner, leaving you with less Starlights in the headliner. So with zip tying them, and I'm gonna show you guys how I zip tie them. With zip tying them, you could really get in there with the glue gun and then put more glue and then know what stars are glued and whatnot. What I've seen a lot of people do, they glue as they're working. They glue as they put their Starlights in, which is cool. I've done that before, but I feel like it slows me down. Because then I gotta turn my glue gun on, turn it off, turn it on, turn it off. It slows me down. So I draw my holes, poke my holes, feed my Starlights through, zip tie them, and then glue, then flip it over, and then start flush cutting. That's the process I always done.
What's up, YouTube? And Bubba's making car lights, and he's trying to fix it. And I just type in protein. I'm trying to search. And I want to see what YouTube is suggesting content on protein shape.
Both of my heat guns turned on, heating up, ready to start gluing, and I got everything zip tied. As y'all can see, this is how it looks now. It's almost like very spread out to where you're gonna have the ability to glue each and every single star strand individually, perfect, without having to miss one. So I forgot to mention, these two glue guns, once you turn them on, they're at high setting. So what I do is I glue a couple with one, a couple with the other, and then switch it back and forth, so that way the gluing process is not going to take me long. It'll probably take me 10 minutes to 15 minutes at most. That way, you know, I'm using my time wisely. But I'll be back with you guys once I am fully glued. Alright, so once we get to the gluing point, we are finished with the top side. So now we're going to flip it over and start flush cutting. So I use this to flush cut. It's wire something, but I got it from Harbor Freight, but it looks like this. It's like $7 at Harbor Freight. You can get it at Walmart, Amazon, anywhere. Get this. This is the best one. Just like that, we are done. As y'all can hear, not feel, the headliner is super smooth. Because if it was sticking out, you would hear it on my fingers like that. Super smooth. Sure. Color mode, like I've said before, it's this type of color, but it has a whole bunch of colors that you could go through. Modes. My favorite mode is this one, RGB fade, and this one has twinkle, like I said, so let's leave it on a solid color. No twinkle right there. And then twinkle at speed 4 is that. So you can see this kit still twinkles and gives that effect of the night sky, I guess you could say. Has sound mode, so it like picks up the sounds. Now it is time to put it back inside the car. So it's just, you just repeat the process. Like I said, with that back piece, just try to like slide it back in. And then for the front where the light comes through, just feed that light through again. Make sure your visor connectors are out. And this connector goes to the corner on the A-pillar. So for power wise, I'm using the cigarette light wire. It comes with 2 wires. It comes with the wall adapter one, and this is the cigarette light plug one. But at the end of the wire, I cut it. We're going to be going down the passenger side, so you could leave your wire extended out to the passenger side, and I'll show you guys why in a second. Let's go get this headliner back inside of the car, and I'll be back with you guys when I have it back inside. Not fully up, but somewhat inside. Alright, so I got the headliner back in. The back side is slid on. The magnets are back on. My power for the lights is back connected, and then there is another connection up here. So now I just gotta put the headliner back up basically, and then onto the grommets, and then start putting my visors back together. So I like putting everything back together before I do my power. So remember, my power is right here, coming from the box, and then this is where we're gonna tap in for power. And I'll show you guys how to do that here in a few minutes. All right, update for you guys. This is where I fuse tapped my wire for the power for the Starlights. As you can see, it is the first row, second row, and it's the one all the way at the bottom. It's a 10 amp. I added a 10 amp to my fuse tapper. So then now that 10 amp is gonna be secured on the Starlight box just in case it does ever go out. I just gotta come here and switch out this. So the wire is running right here, goes down the side, and then it comes up right here, and then it goes around here and it connects right here. The wire for the Starlight box is going this way, and then it goes around, and then it meets with the Starlight box over there. And that is the end result right there. 600 twinkling Starlights on a Mustang. So let me close up all this stuff real quick, and then I'll get some final footage for you guys inside the car. So stay tuned. All right, just like that, I am all done putting everything back together. If you guys like this type of content where I show you guys kind of in depth on how to install Starlights, let me know down below. I'm gonna keep doing videos like this. I have about, I want to say, 3 years of experience. I need to go back in detail and see how many cars I have, but I think more than 60 cars installed with Starlights that I've done. Maybe like 10 plus ambient lighting installs, underglow installs, audio installs. So I'm gonna spread all my knowledge throughout YouTube for you guys. So please like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know if you guys like these type of videos. Like for real, let me know if you guys change up anything, like maybe the music on what I'm showing, what I'm not showing. I try to show everything in depth, especially the power, because I know every time I see somebody post out there like how to do Starlight installs, they never show the power for some reason. And the power for me was, when I started, was a very like hard thing to master, because I'm like, oh, I'm scared. I don't know if this could go there or that could go there. But with the fuse tap, you could never go wrong with a fuse tap. Or piggybacking onto the cigarette lighter, like exposing the wires from the cigarette lighter from the back, and then just tapping in, like exposing some of the wire behind the cigarette lighter, and then tapping like your wire onto the cigarette lighter. That could work too, because your cigarette lighter, for some cars, don't quote me on this, for some cars, cigarette lighters are ignitioned. Like when your car is in ignition, they turn on. But some of them are constantly on. I've seen some on, especially SUVs, like big trucks. I want to say like Cadillacs. They have them like that. But for this one, I went straight to the fuse tap. So we got the Starlights on. So every time when the car is off, I think for this one, you got to open the door. Yeah, this one, you open the door and then it turns off. And then as soon as ignition's on, they turn back on. I love you guys. I'm so excited for this year with all the content I have in mind I'm making. Like I said, all this knowledge I have on Starlights, ambient lighting, anything you guys have question on, let me know. I'm an open book, like for real, open book for anybody out there that wants to learn. I'll see you guys on the next video.